let me just start by saying, if you're not building wealth yet, it's probably not the reason you think. It's not your job title, it's not your income, and it's not because you are not smart enough or ready to invest. The real problem is you were never taught how to invest or how to build real wealth. No one showed you how to invest or build multiple streams of income or go from employee to entrepreneurship. Once I learned the principle of budgeting, investing, and then improving my mindset, which I call mindset elevation, I went from survival mode to building generational wealth. And now I teach the same exact framework through freedom, wealth, elevation. Now, financial freedom is not about where you start. It's about the habits, the strategies, and the deploying of your income into the right vehicles. So I would say to you, if you're done waiting and ready to elevate your mind, your wealth, and your life, I will recommend that you follow us at Freedom Wealth Elevation. This is where financial freedom becomes your reality. So now, again, welcome to everyone. We're going to be discussing some crucial topic that resonate with many of us, which I call high income earners or high performance. We're going to explore different opportunities, how to build lasting wealth without guesswork or overcomplication or feeling like you're doing it alone. So this webinar is designed for those who identify themselves with the statement I just made earlier, or for those of you who earn well and have success on paper. But from the outside, everything looks like it is working. Or you're not just earning once, you are consistently a high earner. You have a career momentum, you're doing really well in your current job, and people recognize your value. And this webinar is for both current business owners and future entrepreneurs. Whether you've already started your own business right now or you're planning to build something, or you believe in your mind there's more growth ahead of you. You want that growth, but you don't understand, and you find that you can't do it alone. So you need the right coaching, right mentorship, and some guidance to move you faster and avoid costly mistakes that some of us have gone through, including myself. And finally, I'm going to talk about the wealth gap. This is where, despite all your efforts, despite all your high income, your net worth is not where it should be. That disconnect is what we're going to cover today. So once again, welcome. And before we go further, I just want to make it kind of clear to everybody. This webinar is not for someone that's trying to gather information or just browsing around or looking for a quick win or looking for shortcuts, or someone that is not willing to follow a proven system or a proven framework. This might not be the best fit for you. This webinar is for builders, those people that are ready to roll up their sleeves and construct a robust financial future for themselves and their family. We are here to create lasting wealth, lasting change, not just to gather more data. So, many high performers, they experience what I call silent frustration. Despite their success, their wealth feels very fragile, as if they are one crisis away from financial disaster or financial stress. They often feel there's no clear roadmap. They're overwhelmed by conflicting advice from everybody. And their time feels so expensive because they are too busy earning to build asset, but they really not really build asset. So this leads to a cycle of high income stagnant So we are going to address this called frustration head on. So you might be asking, why listen to this guy? My name is Steve Ogishiran. My journey began with almost nothing. No inheritance. I didn't inherit anything. No connection from, no connections at all. But what I learned early is that system beat luck. Wealth is built on structure. There's no secret about that. So through applying some of this principle I'm going to share with you, I was able to build real asset. I own several franchises, real estate investment, a diversified stock portfolio. I'm here to share the actionable system that allowed me to transform income into lasting wealth. So today you will gain clarity on these critical areas. First, we will uncover what I call why earners often stay stuck in the wealth gap. And then secondly, we're going to go through, I will define what actually builds wealth beyond just saving and salary increases. And something that's also very, very important, I will introduce you to what I call the income to asset system, a proven framework that is specifically designed for high income earners to convert their earned income into real tangible assets. So I call this the big domino, or the light bulb just come on sometimes. The foundation that changed everything for a lot of us, that income doesn't create wealth, assets do. Let me repeat myself again. Income doesn't create wealth, assets do. This is a very crucial decision. Of course, your high income is a powerful tool, whether you make a lot of money or not. It's a powerful tool, but it's merely the fuel. The engine of wealth creation is your assets, and that's what you need to focus on. So this asset can be built with structure, not really someone that's an expert. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a financial guru. You just need a clear system, a clear structure. You have to be disciplined. You have to stay focused. Those are the things you need. So this brings me to secret number one, the wealth vehicle mismatch that I said earlier, that many people that are making pretty good money are using the wrong vehicles to create wealth. Most people focus only increasing income, believing it's the only path to financial freedom. But what if I told you that you can build significant wealth without necessarily earning more money? This is about optimizing the vehicles you use to grow money. So here's the lie a lot of us have been told, that if I earn more money or save more money, I will be wealthy one day. But reality check is very difficult to accept sometimes. Many six-figure earners are financially fragile. They are stuck in a cycle where more effort doesn't really lead to more freedom. This is because effort alone doesn't create the result you're looking for. The right vehicles do. Once again, your income is the engine, but the vehicle determines how far and how fast you can travel towards wealth creation. So, what are these three vehicles that I'm talking about? I broke them down into about three main areas. Investing, which is focused on is a market-based growth and compound return opportunity. The other one is the retirement optimization, where you use, this is for tax advantage, to really put money away for long-term security. So if you're working for a business today that offer 401k or 403b and you're not participating right now, I would highly recommend that you do so because you're leaving free money on the table. Because your company will match a percentage, anywhere from 3 to 6%. So that's your goal, to get to that matching level. The next one is called what I call the business ownership, which offers equity creation, control, and it has an unlimited upside. The other one I didn't put on my presentation today is about real estate. Now, you can also invest in real estate and you don't have to be a landlord if you don't want to buy individual properties. You don't want to deal with being a landlord at all. There's something we call real estate investment trust. Real estate investment trust. We call it REIT. REIT. This is where you can invest in some of the index funds that focus on, for example, multi-unit where it's a huge apartment. Other one is like malls, movie theaters, hospitals. So there's so many areas you can invest in if you really want to enjoy the equity and the opportunity for cash flow without being a landlord. You can really focus on REITs, real estate investment trust. Well, the key takeaway here is not that you need to master all three or all four, but that you need to understand and utilize the right vehicles for your situation, because your situation might be different from mine. It's about strategic deployment of your hard-earned income, not just accumulating money, putting in savings account, checking account. This slide that I'm showing you right now kind of illustrates the differences. On one side, rely on income only, which leads to a very slow, exhausting linear progress if you just have one income. It's like trying to row a boat across an ocean. On the other end, you're leveraging multiple assets, which can create exponential results if you have multiple streams of income. Now, this is where the light bulb comes on. I don't need more income. I just need better vehicles. Once you grasp this situation, if you can elevate your mind to that point, that all you need is the right vehicle, not more money, not more raise, not more income. Once you grasp that, your entire financial strategy shifts from chasing dollars to actually building the engines that create wealth. So this takes me to secret number 2. I call it the investor identity shift, where many high earners, they feel uncomfortable or hesitate to invest because they don't feel like they are experts. But you don't need to be, like I said earlier, you don't need to be a Wall Street guru to build wealth. The secret is about how to build confidence in your financial decision making without needing to be an expert in every market areas or aspect of the market. So this is a common paradox among people that are very smart that I met in my life. A lot of people often stay stuck financially. Why? Because wealth is not talent. It's learned behavior. You might be incredible, talented in your career right now, in your profession right now. But financial literacy and strategic investing are distinct skills that you need to be acquired and practiced. Once again, you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a financial guru. But you just need to understand some of the lingo, some of the languages, so that you can ask the right questions. So again, sometimes much of the fear surrounding investing may come from confusion, not inability. When you don't understand the process, you don't understand the lingo, you don't understand the right question to ask. If sometimes it feels kind of risky and overwhelming, but once you gain clarity and you have structured approach, that fear starts to dissipate. It's not that you're not. It's not that you are incapable. The reason is that you haven't been given the right tools and the right understanding as of yet. And finally, I honestly also feel sometimes they have to wait for the perfect time to invest. But you don't have to wait. People that build wealth, they follow a proven system. They understand that consistency. If you are consistent and you have a repeatable process, you will be able to achieve your financial goals. So this distinction is very crucial from shifting your mindset from passive observer to actually start to build wealth right now. I call it active wealth creator. You don't have to wait anymore. Now let's look at this chart that I've just put in front of you. Let's contrast the earner mindset and investor mindset. The earner their primary goal is to work for income. They wait for things to be perfect. So they don't save money. They don't have goals. They don't have any strategy at all to deploy into different vehicles that will help them create wealth. So this mindset, while it's good for generating income, making more money, getting good raise, it is not optimized for building wealth. But once you recognize this, that is the first step towards making a profound shift in your financial decision making. Now, the investor mindset on the other end, they actively put income to work. They trust a proven system. They take strategic action rather than waiting. They diligently follow an established system, a very good structure, a proven system. This is not about being reckless. It's about being intentional. Embracing this investor identity mindset will fundamentally change every financial decision you make, moving you from merely just earning money to actively building real wealth. Now, here's a chart. I call it the confident truth. You don't need confidence to start to invest today or to start on your investment journey. In fact, confidence is built by clarity. Once you understand where you want to go, you have a goal, you discipline, and you set your mind into it. In fact, confidence is built by clarity, like I said. But once you get this mindset change, mindset elevation, once you have a clear understanding, your confidence will naturally follow. This leads to a powerful, what I call powerful epiphany. I don't need to be an expert. I just need a process that I trust. Now, clarity is what we try to help people to understand. It's a process you have to go through. You need to clarify what you're looking for. What are your goals? What are your intentions? What are you trying to accomplish? That's where you start to elevate your mindset. Now, secret number 3. Finally, we are at this secret because the asset growth system, this is where we bring everything together, where many high performers, many high earners feel they don't have the time to dedicate to financial management. This system shows you how to build wealth on a consistent basis without demanding more of your precious time. It's about efficiency and it's about leverage, using the right vehicles. That's what it's all about. So I want to debunk the common myth. The real problem isn't time. You don't need hours each day to manage your portfolio, to manage your wealth. Instead, wealth is built on routines. It's about consistent small actions that compound over time. Think of it like a daily workout. Short, consistent effort yields far greater result than sporadic, intense bursts. It's the power of consistency. Also, time is your best friend. So, the asset growth system, the first pillar of the asset growth system is automated investment or automated investing. This is where you set up, it, like I said, if you have 401k or 413b, even if you don't have that, you just have a business, you can, this is where you set up what I call automated investing. You do it one time. By automation, your contribution won't be something that you have to remember anymore. You set up, for example, if you have a 401k, you can say, okay, I want my 10% of my money to go into my employee 401k or 403b. And if you have a broken account, and if you have a Roth IRA, you can also defer a portion of the income. That's after tax. It's done automatically for you. Whatever percentage you can afford to invest. You do it one time. The next time you go make any changes, it's either you want to increase that. And most people do that every year. Whenever they get a raise, let's say somebody got a 6% raise, they might put 3% into their retirement account and use the other 3% for inflation, for rise in inflation. So you will remove the need or the willpower to remember each month that I need to go, or do this manually. It's automatically done for you. This will allow consistency, which we've said is very, very paramount. Consistency and time, very, very important for you. When this structure exists, wealth building becomes predictable or almost inevitable. The second pillar is implementing simple routines. This doesn't mean hours of your time. It just means dedicating maybe a brief focused period, perhaps 15 to 30 minutes of your time on a weekly basis. In some cases, if you know what you're doing, maybe on a monthly basis, just to review the progress to ensure your automated system are running smoothly. And then you can make any manual adjustment if you need to, if it's necessary. So this small, consistent routine keeps you engaged without overwhelming you. Now, the third pillar is establish clear priorities. Today, there are so many information out there that can distract you. The system helps you know exactly what matters and what doesn't matter. So you can get rid of all the decision fatigue, things that worry your mind, you can get rid of it. Or the fatigue of, okay, which direction do I need to go? When do I sell? When do I buy? When you have clear priorities, you can confidently ignore the noise and focus on the actions that move you closer to your goals.